Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel, then here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it. So I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this got a lot of people reacting to it, where a separated woman was actually saying, crying and baking her birthday cake alone while crying. She actually said that she was doing this to make her kids feel so okay, and this got people reacting. So I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and let's dive into it.
The girl behind me is currently going viral all across social media after she posted a very emotional video onto her TikTok page. Now, I'm not gonna lie, watching that video was very emotional, seeing the life of a single mom. She said she was baking her own cake on her birthday just so her children could be happy, singing happy birthday to her, and everyone felt really bad for her. That is up until her ex-husband decided to actually respond to her video that she made. In his video, he basically said that she is a fraud. He says that he has full custody of their children. She doesn't even have a full-time job. She's always out partying, and he just cannot stand seeing a bunch of people on social media praising her. He showed proof that she owes over $21,000 in child support, which is honestly just unreal. He also showed that she was actually arrested for check fraud after she stole $1 million from someone, and then he also showed that she actually faked cancer a few times before. So with all that information that this girl's ex-husband, shared in his video, a lot of people just view this girl's viral video a lot differently. People went from praising her to now hating on her, so this is definitely a wild situation, and I'm just really curious to know your thoughts about all this.
Sweetheart, make that the last video. Make that the last video of you making your birthday cake by yourself, crying because your children want something from you. You know what they want from you? They want you not to cry on your birthday. And you got to this point. It wasn't where you wanted to be, but it is. Sweetheart, make that the last video. Make that the last video of you making your birthday cake by yourself, crying because your children want something from you. You know what they want from you? They want you not to cry on your birthday. And you got to this point. It wasn't where you wanted to be, but it is where the fuck you are. So make new memories. Stop making cakes by yourself. I don't care how young those babies are, I promise you. Some of the best memories that you can give them is making their mama's birthday cake with them. Who cares if a cake even comes out of it? Make a big fucking mess in the kitchen, laugh, carry on, throw cake mix at each other, do whatever you gotta do, because what your children want, if you're worried about them, they want you to be happy. And you're single now. That means you gotta find your own way to be happy. So make that cake with your kids. Make a big ass fucking mess in the kitchen, and then call your homegirls over so they can get drunk with you and help you clean up. Whatever it is for next year, don't let it be this. You love your children. Learn to love yourself as much. And find a way for y'all to be happy. Because that person that's not there anymore, well, you were happy before you met them. Find that woman and get to know her for you and your kids. My heart breaks for you. I've been there. A lot of women have. Trust me. Let this be the last fucking video you make, crying on your birthday.
I empathize with Elizabeth, single mom baking the cake on her birthday lady, so much. Watching all of this unfold and seeing her fear and how scared she is so heartbreaking because I found myself in a similar position a couple years ago. I have always loved sharing my story and raising awareness on how you can protect your children and recovery after victimization. I've always known that I've wanted to do exactly what I'm doing now, raising awareness on an extremely important topic and changing the system, since I was 10 years old. And I dabbled in the area a little bit throughout the years, especially here on TikTok, but my parents just wouldn't let me. Before this was an advocacy page, this was my doula account, when I would post birth work content and awareness on pregnancy related things. And occasionally, child safety would come up and I would share parts of my story. And anytime I would share parts of my story, they would come out of the woodworks to expose me. And behind the scenes, what no one else saw were threats. If you don't stop talking, we will do this. And I stayed silent on a lot of things for a long time until I finally said enough's enough. This is my story and I want to be able to live my life without fear. And that is where I find myself today. And to this day, they still have a TikTok account exposing me and showing all of my contradictions and all the ways I'm a bad person. And now I don't know who's telling the truth or not, but I just have to say, the similarities between the people who post the content exposing me and the similarities between the person exposing this content of her is very sickening and frightening. The fact that both of these people have dedicated entire accounts and years to expose somebody who is not even mentioning their name, who is just trying to live their life and do the job that brings them fulfillment. And these people cannot let that happen. It is so scary. And like, what is this?
People just use the term single mom way too loosely for me. Being a single mom is not some cute personality trait. It's a lifestyle that a lot of times involves a lot of struggle, a lot of financial struggles, a lot of mentally draining and exhausting days where you just wish you had just a little bit of help. I used to be a single mom before I got remarried. And when I was a single mom, I was the primary custodial parent of all my children. The full parental responsibility fell on me and I was not getting any child support because my co-parents were not parenting. I had 3 kids. I had to pay for childcare, formula, diapers, everything all by myself. I had to work overtime. I had a full-time career working for Child Protective Services and I was door dashing on the weekends when my family was able to babysit. So I fully understand the single mom struggle. I fully understand what it is to not get any child support. I understand what it is to have your children full time. So for somebody who allegedly does not have custody of their children, does not pay child support allegedly, and is cosplaying the single mom struggle just to appeal to us is crazy work. I feel so much for my single moms because I know the struggle. So if you don't have custody of your children, whether you are a man or a woman, you are just a single person, aka a single woman, a single man. I have so much respect for real single mothers, real single fathers. That's it. That is all.
When I first saw this video, I don't see what you guys see. Coming from my past and my experience, it's not about that cake. No way. It's not about her having to bake her own damn birthday cake. It is not about that. It is about the pain that she internalizes on a daily basis because she thinks she's alone. She thinks she's the only one going through this. Honey, you're not. You're not. I myself have been sucked into the CPS system. I've been sucked into the court system. I've given up custody. I've given up time, all to try to make peace. All trying to be the better person and the better parent. And unfortunately, it doesn't get us anywhere. It just doesn't. They keep taking and taking and taking. It's a vicious cycle. I don't wish it upon anybody. If you're in it, please talk about it. That is what you can do. Speak. Just speak. 1 person, 2 persons, just speak. Because you're not alone. I promise you, you're not alone. Those of us that have been through it, know you're not alone. And we see it's not about that fucking cake. Nope. It's about everything you've had to eat and swallow and be quiet about. Because you are a good mother. Because you put your children first. That's what I see. You're not alone.
As I'm scrolling across my For You page, I come across something that everybody's been talking about. The single mom who is making a birthday cake and crying and being emotional about it. And then the ex-husband posting court documents for everybody to see. Now, I have a few comments or thoughts I want to share on the sharing of these documents. So, one, you can have your attorney draft any type of crazy motion that you want, and he can file it with the court. That does not mean that that is granted. Once you file a motion with the court, you then have to go to court again and have a hearing on it. And then the judge determines if that motion is granted, and then they have to file a order stating what the judge granted at the hearing. So again, just because it's filed with the court, a motion, and everybody gets a copy of it, does not mean that that is the actual order in place. So until I see both attorneys' signature blocks approving the order, as well as the front page signed by the judge and file stamped, that's when I'll believe what you're saying.
Okay, I know by now all of you have seen the video of the young woman who's making those cupcakes for herself for her birthday, and she's crying, talking about being a single mom and how sad she is. Okay, well then you have the ex-husband who is saying, hold on a minute, don't listen to her, she's a scam artist, she's a liar, she doesn't even have the children, she owes back child support. And then you have the woman who's come back on again saying, hold on, he's not telling you the truth, this is actually what's going on. I don't really care what's going on. What I don't like, though, is the fact that there's people saying, what kind of mother would put that phone down and exploit her children for views? Well, I don't think she put the phone down and exploited her children. I didn't even see her children. But I've done stuff like that. I do things like that for views. Hell, I think most creators do. We put our phone down when we're crying and we record it. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one besides her that's done that. But what I do find to be really, really hard to fathom out of all of it is, she never said anything about that ex-husband, but he has an entire page that he's had for over a year dedicated to destroying the mother of his children. I don't know. I just, I don't see anything good from any of it personally, but I can guarantee you that nothing positive will ever come out of making a page like that. Your children are going to get older and the internet's forever. Even if you delete it, they're going to still see it. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really think he cares about that. Just something about him tells me, as long as people think she is the worst possible human in the world, that's all he cares about. And yeah, I don't know if y'all heard that recording that he left telling that baby that the mama didn't love her and didn't want her, but I heard it. Pretty shitty, sir. Like, seriously, lovelies, when I see such videos, like this kind of videos, I try as much as I can not to, react to it. But one thing about me is that when I see stuff like this, that actually has to do with women's feelings and all of that, it's, give me the ability to also create my own awareness. So I was going across by For You page, actually looking for what to put up here for you guys, and I saw this video that have been going viral on TikTok about this single mother. Trying to, she was all crying and emotional, and talking about baking her birthday cake so as to make her kids feel alright and all of that. And this actually remind me of someone very close to me that is actually going through something like this. Like, being a single mom is not a joke. This is not a joke. Sometimes when someone is in a relationship and all of that, I need to just digress from my normal content. When you're in a relationship, I often tell women to try as much as you can to give birth to the number of kids you are willing to take care of alone, just in case. Because there's something about relationship often have a kind of shift or a kind of changes anytime there is kids involved, like when you guys decide that it's time for you to start having babies, you will notice that the relationship is changing to another dimension. And it takes grown people, matured people, matured hearts, and people that actually know what they want, that people that actually have their own best interests at heart, people who is going in the same direction in life. It takes the both of them to actually stand a relationship, because when you guys are married, they are very different compared to if you guys are beginning to have children and all of that. When children comes in the picture, you start seeing some falls and all of that. That's when a lot of guys will realize that they probably do not want children, or they probably, I think I have made a mistake, I think I don't want children. They become so overwhelmed with kids, and as a result of this, most of them tend to leave these women alone. And these women, in the other hand, because of their psychological stuff, is not suited enough to maybe take care of not even one child or two or three. They tend to develop some kind of, what I call it, depression, and from that they realize that things are not just it. You are constantly fighting with yourself, fighting with raising kids alone, fighting with your own husband, dragging you from one court to the other, and all of these things would done on a woman. I am not disputing the fact that it does not also done on a man, but the effect it has on a woman is more compared to that of a man. And everybody that is so that is genuine will tell this truth. So when I saw this video, all I could see was a woman that is in pain, but a lot of people were actually bashing her. People were like calling her, okay, she's creating content and she's just lying because her husband actually came for her. I'm gonna be posting the part 2 of this video. So this is just like a reminder to all single mom out there. You are actually not alone. I've seen cases like this. Even somebody closer to me, I've seen cases like this. They often have issues with your husband, and the husband leaves them alone with the kids, and the woman decides to go into depression, comes out and all of that. And if you are not lucky and you ended up with a narcissist man, or someone that cannot they can be trusted, they might use your situation and make it look as if that you are the problem. They'll make it look as if that you are the problem. So women need to be very careful, and likewise men, because the way it is in a woman's world, that is the way it is in a man's world. I want to say that no man has, men also are not receiving it whatsoever. So it's just a two-way thing. So when I saw this video, I was like, okay, let me just put it up here for us to actually, say. And if you are a woman, you're going through all of this, just, hang in there. And I saw a video that the husband actually came out, and he was like, she is lying. Like, all of the actings and all of that were all just a lie. That she is someone that with mental whatever and all of that. And I'm just going to put up the second video so that you guys will actually, leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And also, do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.